Hi there, and thank you very much for tuning to Dear Future Grandkids. It's Jen, Ange, and Percy. And who's that? I don't know. It looks rather familiar. A guest from probably episode 42, Dan the Magician. But I guess something amazing is going to happen, never seen before. But firstly, Dan, how are you?
I am doing. It is 10 p.m. in Fremont, California, and I think I have something special for you today.
Yes, what do you have? Because who is our guest? Where is he? Who is she?
Let me do something real quick. I need to create some magic.
Okay. It's someone gonna. So what?
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 What's that?
Just remember, everyone,
Ooh.
there's no camera tricks, no edits whatsoever.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Did
wow.
did you just
amazing.
beam up from the Enterprise?
Yes, it's a show with a difference this week. Our guest is a kid magician and juggler who started performing at the grand old age of 5. By 10, he was juggling flaming torches. By 12, he was picking pockets just for fun, not for crime. How many teenagers do you know are making a few $100s an hour, getting paid to crash parties and shock guests? This is going to be a magical episode full of surprises. Welcome to Dear Future Grandkids, James Chan.
Hello.
James,
Hello,
Dan,
James.
Dan the dad.
And the dad. That was a great intro, and yeah, full of magic, full of surprises today. Look at that.
Yeah.
I love the way you have like magic tricks just all around your house.
They're everywhere. They're in every nook and cranny. It's impossible to go anywhere without finding one. We will show you them later. It's impossible to go past any room without finding a single magic trick.
Is that good or bad?
Yeah.
Good if the tricks are really small and can be inside like a small drawer. Bad if, say, the trick is kind of blocking your way in and out of a room.
But I'm sure the viewers loved what they just saw.
Yes. Remember, I just want to remind all the viewers as well, that trick you saw earlier was no camera tricks, no edits whatsoever. And it's in their house. I just want to say that.
And I suppose it's blocking James's way.
It is. If y'all want to come over and see this, this thing that's kind of blocking the way to our house, yeah, I guess, sure.
They don't get the behind-the-scenes tour this time. We want to keep the illusion alive, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, please, it works the same way inside our house. Hey, if you all have the patience to drive out to Fremont, which is like 40 minutes or so away, just to see this one illusion, I mean, you pretty much deserve it.
They're not from San Francisco.
I mean, I know they're like in Asia.
It's
Okay,
a very long
that makes it
drive,
even
James.
better.
It's a very long drive.
It's a 24 hours to get there by flight, I think.
Yeah. You spend that
I
much
think you
time
should
trying
charge
to get
entrance
here,
to
you
your
might as well
house.
watch it.
You should charge entrance to your house, huh?
Yeah, why don't you
We'll
just
do
turn
that
your
tour.
house into exactly. Why don't you just turn your house into this magical mystery tour and experience?
My wife forbids that, but I am wanting to open up a venue that has this illusion, and with this illusion, we're thinking of have it Instagram worthy. So the guest, you yourself, Percy, you could actually disappear, and we'd take a video of you disappearing on Instagram or TikTok, and then you'd appear on the inside.
I'm in. When do you want me there? When can I go there? Ange is coming with me.
Any of you listening that might be potential investors, feel free to fly out to Fremont or just jump on a Zoom call, and I will be happy to share with you my pitch deck.
There you go.
It's a normal day in the Chan household.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Do you two have this banter, this relationship all the time? Or when does it become dad and son? When is it magician and magician son? And when does it become normal dad son conversations?
Oh, please, I'm a teenager. The sarcastic banter goes on forever. We'll tell you that. Who ate the ice cream? Oh, yeah, it totally was this guy. Totally.
All right, man. I think today it's just not the James Chan show as our guest. It'll be James and his dad.
James and Dan, yep.
He gets to poke fun at me.
Stealing the show as always.
Then I leave it up to James to make you disappear if he wants to make you disappear.
Anytime he wants, he can push me out.
He's fine. His house.
Because
Yeah,
you've got
his
some
house.
questions for James, huh? And yeah, so just James, I'm giving you that license. You decide. You
It's
decide.
okay. No. When Mom opens the ice cream, he'll be there. So yeah.
Mom's opening the ice cream right now, Piercy. I'm gonna take off. If you need me, give me a call back,
There you
okay?
go. There you go.
Check
See you,
in with
Dan.
you later, Dan.
No.
Hope to see
There
you
you
later.
Hey, thanks, Dan.
I'll be in too.
Hope it's good flavors to the ice cream.
Yeah.
All right, James.
Okay.
We
I
got
want it.
James.
Now, James, we just have you, and we have some quick fire questions for you.
Ooh.
All right, are you ready?
Hit me.
All right. In 3 words, describe yourself.
Ooh. Number 1, slightly arrogant. Number 2, funny, or at least I like to think I'm funny, so hopefully. And number 3, a goof. So yeah, in 3 words, if I can elaborate on them. Number 1, arrogant. A little bit. This is probably
Wait, hold on 1 second. His handler says he's confident, not arrogant.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
I was waiting.
Misrepresentation.
To come in.
Yeah.
He's saying this because I like to think that all magicians have that little spark of arrogance in them because you're doing tricks to fool people, right? You're doing, and in that way, I feel like all magicians are just trying to fill some sort of hole in themselves by trying to fool people and saying, "Oh, yay, I fooled you," or something like that. So, in order to become a magician, I think you have to have just a little bit of arrogance, just a little
Confidence, according to your dad. It's not arrogance.
bit. He's just he says confidence because he knows that we're very similar in that aspect. So, yeah. Tad bit of arrogance. What else?
I'm curious about the goof part. You said goof.
Yeah, the goofiness. Oh, yeah, that's totally from Mr. Serious right here. No, actually, most of my goofiness and playful nature is probably from my mom, just because, I don't know, she's got a really good sense of humor. He, believe it or not, tends to take things just a little bit more literally. So, yeah, but no, my mom's sense of humor. That's exactly where I get all of my
She
goofiness.
must have a sense of humor to allow all these box of tricks and all these gadgets to invade your house.
How about a very high
Good on,
tolerance?
magician mom.
Very she's very tolerant of us. So yeah. So mom
I
is
like the
definitely-
semantics here.
Huh?
It's like I like the semantics. It's tolerance. It's really tolerant.
Yeah, it's she puts up with a lot of stuff. A lot. So much.
Okay.
Remember when you had
Alright.
to change my diapers, Mom?
Oh, let's go for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Let me ask you in 3 words now. Describe how it feels when you see the audience react to one of your tricks.
Probably joy. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. There's like a feeling of success, maybe
Mhm.
a joy, accomplishment, and slight worry because
Worry.
well, you feel joy and accomplishment in the fact that you're able to make people happy and you're able to perform a very good trick for them. However, there's also that small feeling in the back of your head that you didn't exactly fool them and they're just simply being polite in order to preserve your to make you feel better. And there's that small nagging feeling in the back of your head that they just reacted in order to make you feel better. So
Yeah.
just a tad bit of worry.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Tad bit.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's nice because they're being polite, but also not as good for me because I want to find a trick that most people will be amazed by, not one that they will tolerate.
Okay. So, what drives you to practice and perform?
Probably the guy that's standing off. That
Oh,
guy.
yeah. Is
This
that
is
literal?
called an
So
Asian
driving?
tiger dad. He's a magician. Naturally, he wants his kid to be a magician as well. Asian doctor wants their kids to be doctor. Lawyer wants their kids to be lawyer. Engineer wants their kids to be engineers. He's a magician. What do you think he wants me to be?
A doctor.
A lawyer.
No, that was actually grandma. That was grandma.
What did your mom want you to be?
What does my mom want me to be? She is honestly okay with whatever I choose to do down the line, just because she thinks that I can be successful in whatever career that I want to go into.
But you're a performer. Yeah, you
That's
perform.
true. She makes an exception because she loves him.
Aw.
She's like, if I say that you can't be a performer, someone is going to be very, very disappointed. So
Aw.
go be a performer.
Good on mom. So, sticking to performing, James. So let's just say you're about to start your show and you're trying to warm the audience up. Now, what's a go-to magic trick that you know will work in an instant? Something that you, so to speak, pull a rabbit out of the hat. Like every time this works. What's your instant sort of warm-up magic trick? Here's Dan.
Actually, any trick that involves money is a great trick, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never
It's
thought
fun.
it that way.
2, 4,
Mhm.
6, 8, $10, real $2 bills, front and back. But the funny thing is that when I take these bills
Yeah.
and I just blow,
Yeah.
they change into real 20,
What?
60,
Whoa.
80, 100 real $20 bills, front and back with watermark and micro printing. And I believe I'll be keeping this for college fund. Harvard, here I come, baby.
Woo!
All
Harvard
right.
officers,
Good,
let's
impressive.
go.
I tell you what, that definitely worked in an instant. That's so impressive, and it's at real time as well. But so let's go on the other end of the spectrum. Is there a trick that you're not sure that you can ever do or ever achieve? Is there that one trick that's so difficult to master?
Mm.
Please, my dad.
Oh, wow. Deep.
That's
No.
deep.
Let's see. There are many tricks. There's a coin vanish that I've looked at recently that is absolutely amazing in terms of sleight of hand. Many of the tricks that I don't believe I can achieve are those that involve a lot of sleight of hand and many years of practice. Just because I don't know if I'm going to have the patience to do those. I'm just going to be honest.
Mm.
I honestly don't have the patience to spend years on end doing magic tricks. Like a year, sure. Multiple years, no, I don't have that dedication. That's amazing how anyone would ever be able to do.
Fair enough. It's a good lesson for everyone that's watching this as well. That just being good at magic tricks just don't happen overnight. You got to put in the time. And you were saying like you work a year on it and you're okay, but some take years. So that's just the amount of dedication to do that, right? And then in I guess in part of your work, we'll call it work now. What's it like when you get to meet other magicians and the likes of Penn and Teller? Now that's crazy.
Ooh. Meeting other magicians is honestly pretty cool, especially. Oh,
Yeah, this is you on Access Daily, and you were surprised because Penn and Teller appeared on the show, right?
Oh yes, yes, I remember this episode. We filmed that, I believe, during COVID, during all the Zoom shows.
That's just amazing.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
How does it make me feel? Oh, that one was just pure amazement and shock just because I had no idea that they were even there. And My dad didn't even know that they were there. They just said, "Oh, hey, here's Penn and Teller," and I'm like, "Oh, wait, what the heck?" So yeah, all the reactions you see in that video are completely real because I had no idea that they are just sitting behind the cameras.
That's so sweet. So
But
when you meet a magician in real life that you've idolized and you think the world of, we're not talking about your dad at this point because I know you idolize and think the world of Dan as well. I mean, what goes through your head? Do you want to ask them a million questions? Like, what goes through your head when you meet a fellow pro magician?
honestly, the main thing that I want to ask a pro magician is just how much practice and how much effort that they put into their craft, so that way I can appreciate just how hard they work in order to become a pro magician. And and that's basically a motivating factor for me, because if I see, oh, all of these magicians are putting in 6-7 hours a day, it kind of motivates me to be like, oh, I can also put in 6-7 hours a day doing magic and making my craft better. It's basically me guilt tripping myself into working harder.
Using magicians to guilt trip you to get you to switch off the TV and practice a magic trick for that extra hour just to get ahead. That's so funny. So James, this is a hypothetical. Imagine that you're stuck on a bridge for 20 hours. How would you fill your time?
That is definitely not a hypothetical, because I got stuck on a bridge for 3 hours once, and on the Richmond Bridge, and let's just say it was pretty fun. I gotta admit, we
have some video. We have because you were featured. You were featured on Fox KTVU. We have some video. Let's have a look at you entertaining the crowd while you're stuck on a bridge. This is San Rafael Bridge. Is that right?
I believe it's the Richmond Bridge.
It's the Richmond Bridge.
Oh, Richmond, San Rafael. I believe they connect them.
I love, if you look at the dude at the back filming you, now and again you see his face and he's just awed with you and what you're doing. I love
What was the context of this? Why were you
stuck on the bridge? Yeah.
Stuck on the bridge, and what made you get out of your car?
Okay, so first of all, there was this crazy person on the bridge. No, it wasn't me. No, I honestly am not sure why traffic ground to a complete standstill. I think a person got out of their car for some reason. No idea. But soon, like an hour later, we just had everyone up and out of their cars. So in this instance, I was basically filling the time by practicing routine that I was going to perform later at a future event, and B, I was also taking the opportunity to entertain some people who, like me, were also stuck on the bridge. So in this case, my first reaction was to take the use of the time in order to practice and make my act better. Basically, self-improvement, like all of us try to do. But after those initial 2 hours of performing, I immediately went back to the car and said, okay, I need AC. I need air conditioning. So if I was stuck on that same bridge for 20 hours, 8 of those hours would be spent sleeping, obviously, because I have priorities. And then the remaining 12, I'd probably spend 3 or 4 hours doing magic just for fun. An additional 1 or 2 hours taking a break and just, I don't know, watching YouTube.
And which is what most of us would be doing for the whole time.
Most of us would be doom scrolling on social media.
Not juggling, trust me.
Scrolling. I mean, I can't juggle for 5 hours just because of the fact that this is exercise. I am exercising whenever I'm juggling. It's like, no, breaks. And then what would I do with the remaining time that I have left? Go through my emails, because I've got like maybe 1,000 emails I have not even opened.
What?
I don't know.
How old are you again? What?
I have no idea.
He's a junior mogul.
No, my bad. That's oh no. I use Dad's computer sometimes, so his emails and my emails show up as like the same notification as you have
got it.
like 10,000 emails not read. I'm like, okay, I have no idea which of these are mine and which of these are Dad's. So where I just I don't know, go through my inbox and clear out everything. So,
No, I tell you what. I mean, since we're talking about dad, and of course we started the show with your dad as well, and he was a guest on our show back in episode 42. So let's talk about your dad and you. Let's Dan, come on, come back in, right? I just want to know how did it happen? How did you guys started to work together? Did you go like you train James and you go, you know what, he's ready now, we can just do a show together? How did that happen?
Everything was a little bit of more of a slow process. I would teach him how to juggle, and then he would do a little in the show, and he'd get more and more confidence as he goes on. So there's different things that I kind of map out, and when opportunities present themselves, even like a podcast, like I've been on probably 40 or 50 podcasts.
Yeah. And
then I kind of bring him on, and I was like, hey, this is the second way to do it, or this can be a lot more efficient.
Yeah.
So I just start thinking about career progressions. And then when we see something, we try to prep for it. Sometimes it's you prep only about half a day, like today, or less than that. Because you got so many shows going on. Today he did a show for the Jewish Tiburon Festival. And it's kind of like you're pushing the level, and then you try to make the next time a little bit better.
Got it.
Well, how old was James when you first did something that was like paid gig, not in front of family, that there was stakes and there was pressure on? Like, how old was James when that started?
I honestly have no idea, just because the second I could walk, he is like, okay, you're going to start passing props up onto me on stage. So when I could like stand up and balance myself pretty decently, he's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to teach you a trick to stand on my shoulders. And we had a mime routine that we were doing when I was really, really young of me as the I can't remember the routine exactly. I think it was me bumping into him and then standing on his shoulders. It's been a long time since I ever.
Well, he doesn't even remember, but before he remembers, before he could even stand, there's a thing that you barely. You're grabbing both. We're gonna see if we can give you a photo of it. But I'm grabbing his feet and I'm balancing him, and he can't even. So he could barely walk by then. But because I'm doing the work and then lowering him under him, I was doing a lot of work behind the scenes, just lifting him up. So imagine his 2 feet here and me balancing him. And we went onto the streets, which is kind of like from, my mother-in-law, she was like not happy with us street performing, but we didn't want to give our clients, our paid clients, a subpar product. So we would go on the streets of Palo Alto or San Francisco to work things out. And occasionally I'll go out to Palo Alto and people are like, wow, you're the millionaire's mentalist. Why are you out on the street? Well, I don't tell people when I go out on the street. I'm just trying new effects because we want to give them a good product. So when something's going to happen, or a new TV appearance or a new rollout, we're out there trying new things.
Nice.
And do you remember when the first time, James, your dad handed you, or maybe audience gave you a tip, and the first time you got paid, and how did that feel?
Oh, that first time would probably be when I was, I believe, 5 or 6 years old. So my dad took me out to University, or no, not University Avenue. It was Union Square in San Francisco, as my mom was already doing an event in San Francisco. So he said, oh, while we're here, go ahead and get your practice in. And
while you're waiting for mom, go and earn some money, kid.
You're going to be here either way, okay? You can either sit here and complain about how bored you are, or just get some practice in, and yay, you found a good use out of the day. So he said, okay, just go ahead, do your thing for maybe 15 minutes, and then, we'll just say, we'll go get some ice cream afterwards. So I did that. And then people started handing me money, and I was completely confused because I was like, people just hand.
People just
Daddy,
give me money on the
someone
street.
just
Yeah.
gave me some money. So I was completely confused, and he was like, "Yeah, it's because you're doing a good job." And I'm like, I suddenly like juggling a lot more now. So much more.
So those 2 years of pain, or 1.5 years of pain beforehand, finally became a realization that Dad was right.
No,
And
it wasn't
Dad
Dad
was
was
off.
right. It's just that Dad can make money.
Dad
Which
can
makes
help
him
you
right.
make money. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, we know that there's so much work that goes behind the scenes, getting a trick right, and obviously with you starting James really young as well, and performing in front of proper crowds. Now, has there ever been a time or a trick that you guys just messed up together, ever before, or it's just all perfection, lots of practice, no mess ups?
I'll reveal the curtain. We actually love safe places of fail. For example, like when we're doing an event and he's the main headliner and I'm not built on it because I don't want to set expectations. A lot of times I'll give the client upgrades. So when we jump in, I feel like that one mistake can give us new ideas. Like there's a part where we're juggling balls and passing to each other.
Yep.
He drops and then we do push-ups. And then we started doing this thing where he started doing push-ups and then, clapping. But I try one-upping him or creating theatrical drama. And there's one thing that he didn't realize was coming. So after I dropped, we kept on one-upping. And then I told him to grab my feet. And I started doing handstand push-ups to one-up him. So I used to be able to do these handstand push-ups without someone holding my feet. But I was like, oh, let me just do that. And the crowd went wild. This 45-year-old guy, well, I'm exaggerating, and his face is showing it, but he's calling me out on that.
Dad, stop exaggerating.
But they did love it. They didn't go too wild, but they loved the fact that we were giving them a moment that only happened once in there, because the show for me is the same. So when those little mini mistakes come through, it's okay. It doesn't have to be picture perfect.
I think what he's trying to say is that usually we find a lot of the mistakes from our shows and we just improv off of them to make them into much better experiences. Some mistakes get turned into entire comedy routines between us, and they just add more to both of our characters.
Yeah, they like the tension because he really is roasting me, and I'm sometimes giving him
totally am.
I love
pressure.
it.
And the audience kind of likes that dynamic because it shows the evolution of your character. Besides the trick, it's like, oh, so what? If you show it too perfect, people are like, oh, they're, comparing, like there are imperfections. And I like the fact that, and the thing is, there's show review. Like after this goes live, believe it or not, his next assignment will be to watch this and see what we can do to improve. He's like, no, and we can all improve. So he'll probably watch this back several times over the years.
Several? I was thinking like 2.
Okay, 2 times.
No, one.
Let's compromise. You'll watch clips of it. I'll point out parts of the show or what we're doing. I feel like to get to the part to the success, you're just increasing 1%, getting 1% better every single time. And that one little thing, that one little tweak makes it better over time. And that's the journey, because I've done 7,500 shows, probably 250 shows to 300 shows a year up until recently. And now he's probably doing not that many, but we don't want we don't want to wear him out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we can see that you both have a very close relationship. There's a lot of banter going on as well. But in terms of, for you, Dan, I mean, are the lines blurred? What are you like as, Dan the magician, and what's like Dan the dad like at home? I mean, it seems like it's quite seamless at the moment. And James, you can jump in as well. Is there a distinct difference when, Dan's just being dad, or Dan is like, being work mode, the magician side of it?
I think.
I don't think he remembers Dad.
Dad was fired long time ago.
You gotta go.
It's
I
manager
just-
and
Dan-
Watch the tape.
I think the Dan Chan the Magic thing has been like the overwhelming personality ever since he I'm not bringing up the rap again. I'm not doing that. No,
Bring up the rap,
he made
James.
a
Bring up
rap
the rap.
about himself, which is I mean, if you know Kanye West, that's like one of the most arrogant things to do. No,
James,
I'm not
go ahead
playing
and
it.
play
I'm
the
not
rap,
playing
please.
it.
Bringing the razzle, abracadazzle, fun and casual. Welcome to the magic show. Dan Chan, master magician, innovation mixed out with tradition. Pick any card, you know that in an instant. Remove hat and the rabbits go missing.
I need to see if people actually think that is cool, okay? And be honest, okay? Like be brutally
He
honest.
doesn't know what's cool, so he needs validation. Because
can't-
I've
do
done
not
the
believe
data
this.
testing. I've done
This
the
is
data
where
testing.
this is where the dad comes back. I can see. This is where it's not magician
Yeah.
anymore. It's Dan the dad has come back into the mix here.
Yeah.
I mean, your banter, your personality really is so special. And I'm sure when people go to your shows, 80% of it is the personality, you know, and the banter that you have that makes it so special.
Yeah,
I love
James,
it.
sit up straight.
Better posture, James. Come on.
Come on.
I do
Grandma's
that.
gonna watch. If
Yeah.
Grandma was watching this, we would be embarrassed.
I do that to my son all the time when he sits down. So
Yeah, it makes me
I
kinda
can
taller than
empathize.
you.
Don't break
Yeah.
Me sitting up straight makes me kind of taller than you. You want me to like sit
It's
down
much
again?
better. See, Dad was right. Better posture,
Yeah, that was
James.
right.
Taller than you?
Am I right about that better posture?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, he's sliding down and he's going like this. I'm like,
Yeah, he was disappearing. I thought it was because of the rap.
Yeah, it was because of the rap. That's totally because of the rap.
Now, James, we asked this is from our guests from our other shows. Do you have two treasured items from your
Oh.
work or your travels that you can show us and tell us about?
One of them is right here. There's 6 juggling balls right here. These were the original juggling balls that my dad bought for me just when I was originally starting out to how to juggle. So at that time, they were much bigger than my dad.
They
They
the
were
size of my
very
head.
large. And I was my first struggle in juggling and in performance in general was not how do I throw a ball in the air. It was how do these things fit in my hands? That was challenge number 1. It was more like a mountain. But anyways, once I was 4 years old, I could pretty much pick these up decently well. And then, yeah, this was the original set of juggling balls that I had for quite a few years. Also, the set of juggling balls that I street performed with. So they were definitely a very worthwhile investment.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that
Nice.
those are the balls from Union Square.
Yeah, those are the Union Square balls.
That's the money maker. Those are the money
Moneymaker.
makers.
Yeah, they
Eat
paid for
those.
themselves.
Yeah.
They're like they have green in some areas, so yeah, they're definitely money makers.
Cool.
Absolutely.
And you have another item there?
One more. I've just got 3 cards. These are just some reminders of a lot of the people we've performed for. So whenever I perform for someone who.
Bless you.
Don't you hate that fact that you can't sneeze? I can't sneeze. It's fine. Anyway, it's the most annoying thing in the world.
I thought he was gonna say me. I'm the most annoying thing in the world. I'm glad it's the sneezing.
It's a sneezing by a long shot. Anyway, whenever we perform for famous people, we always like to have people sign cards. So in this case, we've got Penn and Teller on the
Cool.
one of their signature cards at 3 of clubs.
so cool.
This Joker has been signed by a basketball player who he used to be on the Warriors. I'm not sure if he still is, called Zaza Pachulia. And then another
Wow.
one by another basketball player, also used to be on the Warriors, but although I'm not sure if he still is. So yeah.
He used to
He
be
was
really into
cool.
basketball,
Who was
but
the
that was
third?
Jordan Bell and Zaza Pachulia. I recently performed for Nobu, Chef Nobu, the famous
Yeah.
chef,
Yeah.
and that's
No,
him.
same
And then this is Mark Rober.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
Mark Rober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had one of Elon Musk, and then he sold that one.
I know, we know from the
yeah.
last episode. It was on
Yeah.
auction.
Oh really? Well,
Yeah, but
okay.
I don't know if it's sold. We didn't know if it sold, but you'd had it up on auction.
Oh
Very
yeah,
nice.
how did it go
Checked
for?
in with each other. Did it sell?
The Elon Musk one sold for close to 5,000.
Wow.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Not
the
bad.
auction places are a little bit of a scam because they take 20% and they
Yeah.
mark it up at buyer premium by 25%. So I feel like they're getting more than 45%.
Oh,
45%.
Wow. Oh, so they take the percentage and they
Right.
mark it up, and they
Yes,
take
and they
the
tell
mark,
you that
and
they're
they take the markup. Oh wow.
So they take 20% telling you that, but then they don't tell you, I think, or you don't realize there's a buyer's premium as
Yeah.
well.
Oh,
man,
wow.
that's how they
Wow,
make their
man.
money.
But
Well, I
for
tell
me,
you
it
what.
was a free autograph, so it's better than nothing, right?
No, that's amazing. Nice mementos to keep in terms of your work and who you perform for. And you know, like you never know, you might make $5,000 just selling it as well. So well done there. And as you know, Dan, you've been on the show before. You know, this is where we start snooping around houses, and especially with a house like yours with
Yes.
actual magic props and all. We need to find out, like James, you lead the way. Like, where is the corner of shame, or rather the corner of
Corners.
magic? But knowing you guys is, if there's a corner of shame, you just make it disappear. So I don't know how this works.
Okay.
But just
He
just
doesn't
show
know
us.
this, but I was
Okay.
I'm
No,
gonna-
wait, no, give me your phone. Give me your phone. I need your phone.
like James. Remember the corner? There's something behind you that's a shame. So I'm gonna actually to end off. I am gonna actually float James. Maybe. What do you think, James? He doesn't even know this
No.
is coming.
What?
Yes.
Oh, what?
I love James'
It's gone,
reaction.
it's gone
Yeah.
from the corner of shame to
The corner of possibilities.
possibilities, and he goes, "Oh, James is pretty shameful. Let's float him." I mean,
Yeah, now I know why
Yes.
mom's hair is turning gray.
it's just
This is great.
sentences like this that you'll never hear in anybody else's household. I'm just gonna float you, James.
Okay, so when the pandemic hit, we were doing these Zoom shows. I did 50 shows in a week and 12 shows in a day, and I ended up putting an illusion in the front as well as in the studio. So what's been sitting behind us this entire time was an illusion.
Wow.
So what I was telling people was, during the pandemic, even though my family didn't have means of support, we were still able to stay afloat. So with that, I'm going to bring back James from his lunch break. And
I need water first.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Need to hydrate.
There you go.
Yeah.
okay, James.
First. Oh, perfect. Is it here?
This is crazy.
What is going on?
I love that this is all just happening.
We haven't done this for a
spontaneously.
while, so we're
Yeah.
going to see what we can do here.
Yeah, I.e., don't screw up.
Don't screw up, Dad.
I'm very encouraging like that.
Goodness.
We have this hoop. You can see all around the hoop. And
Uh-huh.
we're going to see what we can do.
What?
Ooh.
What?
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 How?
What did I just see?
It just
What? did I- What?
and is James asleep?
This thing's way too comfy.
What did I just see? What?
Oh, man.
What?
Hold on, wait. Crack my back. There
Oh.
we go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The whole time, Dan, while looking at that, my mind is going, what? No.
I don't
Like,
get
no.
this.
Just
I don't
yeah,
get
I
what's
don't
happening here.
Yeah.
So that is our corner of shame. And believe it or not, the reason why it's shame is because I have to, every time my wife walks into the kitchen, which is right behind us, she's always asking, how much use are you getting out of this $8,000 illusion? So to me, that's shameful because the Asian in us is like everything should be monetized or everything should have a payoff. So to get a little bit of PR from having that illusion showcased again, because my dream was to have a venue and to have something there. But rents are expensive, so I'm looking for investors and I'm looking to bring this because I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to have a venue where the birthday child would get floated? Because
Yes.
carry this to like parties
absolutely.
1 or 2 billion,
Yes.
so.
Or even the parents of the birthday child.
Yes.
Speaking as a parent,
Yeah.
I would love to get floated.
Come out to Fremont. I'll make it float or just disappear.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're gonna
Yes.
make our way to Fremont.
Yeah.
We're gonna be your
22 hours
customers
away.
1 and 2, 01 and 02 and 03.
Knocking on your door. Let us in. Float us.
All right, do you
But-
want to know like the real tour of like corners
Sure.
of shame? First of all, corners is plural.
Sure. Let's have a look.
Sure,
All right,
if your
wait,
dad
what's
will
your phone
allow.
there?
What are you going to show them first before? What are you going to show them before?
Dan, don't you worry. Don't worry about that.
Mom, don't be worried about me. I'm not going to get mad. It's mom. You're going to have to mom. She's going to be like, we didn't clean the house.
Yeah, but like that's exactly what's the purpose of this. Here,
Unvarnished.
How do I open StreamYard on your phone?
I think we're going to run out of time before that happens.
All right.
Because
Go
your
ahead, come
PR
on. I want to see the house. I want to see.
You want to see the house?
I want
Oh
to
my
see.
God.
I want to
The corner
see.
of shame.
Oh.
Take
I'm
the laptop.
sure you have
Yeah.
many
Oh,
corners that
The
that we want to see.
I think this interview has gone on too long, but I'm gonna let him pull this up on the phone. I do not. I surprised him. Now he's gonna surprise
Yeah, I
me.
totally am.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to
Yep.
place this in StreamYard.
Face.
And I think your wife is gonna be very surprised.
Make sure
Yeah.
Grace and mom have the other they're decent. So-
Well, we will find out.
Yeah,
There
I
you
know.
go.
This is why we do this.
You may want to shout before you start walking
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
I just heard my wife's door close.
She can hear. She can hear what's going on, and she's like,
She knows
"No."
what we're going on.
Yeah.
So
Here, can you see me on the phone?
Yeah.
you're in the
You're like,
backstage.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
All right, take the phone and go.
Hold on a second.
You know, viewers, 5 minutes before the show started, James says, "Put some pants on, Dad."
That's exactly the wrong way that I wanted this show to go. No, it's like, yeah,
Right. Right. You can take,
yeah,
take
how our
All right, there you go.
pretty organized in this camera angle, yeah. And you turn
Yeah.
it like just a little bit to the left, and you see this entire huge.
Oh, this is
giant
where
mess of
the
things,
real-
right?
the music
Yeah,
there.
let's see if we can
This
get
is
it.
where the real magic happens.
Right
Oh.
here, all this stuff.
Oh my goodness, this
All
is
of
so
it.
great.
And you go over to
Wait,
the other
wait,
side and
show
see
them
the-
the trophy. Show them the
the
trophies.
trophy. Why do you want to see the trophies?
Whoa,
All the
nice.
National Awards, the
Trophies,
Emmy
Trophies.
stuff.
trophies. All right, back to the stuff. All the stuff. All the
To be
stuff.
honest, James, it's not actually that messy. I expected it
Yeah.
to be a lot worse. If you talk
Oh, you
about
see it's
studio,
packed.
talk
Are you
about behind the
sure?
scenes,
Are you
talk about
sure?
Hey,
props.
wait, who's eating chicken?
That's me, okay? But still, everything else.
Okay,
Look at this.
I tell you what,
I
this
think we're
show
gonna
has a lot
edit
of
this out.
fuss already.
You brought this upon yourself, Dad.
I love
I
it.
just love seeing their
Yeah.
action on Dan.
It's the
Yeah.
first father and son show we've ever had. It's the first kind of magical intro, and definitely the first time any of our guests have eaten chicken wings on the show.
Yep.
Hey, look, I have priorities, okay?
Yeah.
he's gonna get yelled at. He's gonna.
Yeah.
The Asian dad's gonna come out after this.
Yeah, yeah.
We are literally pulling back the curtains, which I love about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James, pull out one of your trophies. James, which one of your trophies? Pull one of them out, and
My trophy? Which one is my trophy?
Any one of those.
which one are you?
I was like,
Oh,
my
most
name,
proud of,
my name's
yeah.
like on this, but I don't even know what this award is. It's like the Telly Award. What is this for?
Look
You
at
need to tell
that.
me what
The
this is.
Tully
It was
Award.
for
Yeah.
a documentary.
A documentary? What's this?
We had a documentary made, and I submitted it.
Wow.
Huh.
And ito one award. Hey,
Wow.
congrats.
All right. Well, I didn't.
Apparently, he doesn't have much part in that documentary.
No, because I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, but you won
He was
an
actually
award.
in the documentary, and he doesn't even remember it.
I was.
Just say yes,
When he
James.
was
Just
a
say
kid.
yes. Yeah.
Let's say
How
yes.
many years ago was this?
Life happens pretty
You-
fast when you're an entertainer.
It
He's-
does.
yeah.
It does.
He's working so often, he's forgetting this or blocking it out.
Let's shoot the ladder.
How do you manage this? I mean, like, how do you manage this with school and all the other stuff you've got going on, James?
Oh,
He has a good manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I don't do any
I don't
managing
care.
about school, but I do line up all the gigs and get the photos and prep the podcast and
I
communicate.
still
He,
have to
he,
do
he
the
was like,
gigs and do the podcast
okay,
and practice.
this is your show,
No,
James. I'm sorry. I'm
no.
just letting you
Yes, you are everybody again. No, okay. Oh my god, I swear, managing school and work is one of the hardest things in life. Basically, what I do is I
sure.
say, okay, school, weekdays, you can't bother me then, okay? Hard stop, nothing. Weekends, okay, yeah, go nuts. As long as I don't have an essay, if I have an essay, okay, English class is much harder than magic, okay? I fear my English teacher more than I fear you, Dad, okay? Mom, English teacher, history teacher. Dad's like mid
Way down.
level. Like he's somewhere on the list. It's fine. So yeah. No. So yeah, no. English. I fear English essays much more than I fear him.
All right. Oh, James. Hey, I tell you what, today has been an amazing show. Like I said before, a show of many firsts as well. Now we've got you finally alone. I know Dad's just watching by the side. Now we've got your attention. We just got you. Now, what we
Actually,
do
he's
at the
not,
show
which
is.
very surprising.
Oh, he's gone. No, okay.
No.
So what we do in the show is just before we end it, we always get our guests to leave a message for their dear future grandkids. We know for you that's like way in the future, right? But at some point, maybe if you choose to, you might have grandkids. Now, if you could leave a message for them, what would you say? I mean, just start off with dear future grandkids. Do not take up
Dear-
magic.
Something about magic. Okay. Dear future grandkids, I hope that in whatever you do, you're always working to bring happiness to the people and the lives around you. Saving lives brings happiness to people in the fact that they'll be able to experience happiness well into the future. And if you can make just one person happier every single day, then I feel like your lives would be an absolute and complete success. You do it through
Oh.
magic, that'd be awesome as well.
Oh,
thank
wow.
you. I love that
Sorry.
message.
James, how old are you again?
15.
That's insane what you
Wow.
just said. That's
So
just
much wisdom.
amazing. Correct.
You are wise beyond your years.
I actually wrote my my final English presentation on what we should do in life, and I chose happiness on that topic. So, yeah.
Nice. I
Oh,
hope
that's great.
you got a good grade for that because that's a lot of wisdom right there.
Ooh, it was actually supposed to be more like a research paper. Yeah. I mean, how I
But-
managed to get like I mean, I got an 88, which was like decent, but it was much better than I was expecting. I'll be honest.
But you know what? So much wisdom, and you were on the right track because if happiness is what you're trying to achieve, making people happy, making yourself happy, you're on the right path to happiness, to success.
That's
And
it,
also
Martin.
and also a few dollars from Union Square.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
there you go.
maybe the money can buy a little bit of happiness. In the form of ice cream, you
A
know?
little.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Money buys ice cream. Ice cream brings happiness.
Yeah.
Therefore, money brings happiness.
Yep. Yep. Agree.
That's the equation of life. Thank
Ladies
you
and
so
gentlemen.
much, James, for being on our show today. And of course, thanks to Magician Dan as well. How can the viewers find out more about you? How can they look you up? How can they book you for shows?
Yeah, your Instagram handle or anything. How do our viewers reach out to you guys?
James's website we'll throw in the chat, as well as he's at J Chan Magic.
Okay.
We'll put it up.
Yeah, we'll put it
Yeah,
up.
we'll put it
Yeah,
up.
we'll put it up.
I
Dan,
love it.
before we go, is there anything you want to say to James?
I've already said enough to him.
Yeah.
It'll have to be. I'll have to think and review the show before I say anything else to him.
Because you can say something mushy that will just make him melt and disappear again.
I don't.
Oh,
Just a hug. Good job, son.
No words
Yes.
needed. No words needed.
that is beautiful. Thank you again for being on the show. And the dynamics between you as father and son is actually the most magical thing. It's not the tricks that you've been performing. It's really that magic between the two of you, and that's the inspiring part. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for letting us take a peek behind the curtains on the real you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you all for
And-
watching Dear Future Grandkids, right, Percy? This has been really a magical, fantastic show. But before we say goodbye, because we're always greedy over here, and since we started the show with a magic trick, can we end the show on another trick? I leave it to you, James. If you got one up your sleeve, you're gonna show us something.
I can show you all some juggling if you all want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's see awesome
yeah.
juggling. Let's
Yeah.
do awesome juggling.
For 2 hours.
I was doing it. I mentioned I did magic earlier. Do some juggling as well.
Oh, wow.
Down for this. Oh, under the leg, right, left, and these are using the original, like
Whoa, the original.
balls again. 10 years old,
Yeah.
10-year-old juggling balls, and they're still good as new. Ooh,
Oh wow.
Oh, that's
I haven't
amazing.
even lost a member of the original set.
You can just watch
So,
this the whole
so I'm just
day.
gonna ask you a few questions while you're doing that as well. How long did you take to practice before you were confident enough to do this trick in public?
I
Like-
haven't
Couple of years?
a year or two, I'm gonna guess,
Wow.
because
a
most
year
people
or
can
two.
learn juggling within, non-toddlers can learn juggling within a few months, I believe. But at that time, I was like really young, so it took me at least a year in order to get to a acceptable level where I
Wow.
wasn't dropping all the time.
That's amazing. I tell you what, you just keep juggling. I just want to say thank you so much to all our viewers watching Dear Future Grandkids. This has been a very magical and special episode. And we'll just say goodbye from myself, Percy, and Ange. Thank you so much to James, our wonderful guest for today. And not forgetting as well, I don't know if he's at the side, his wonderful dad, Dan, who's been on the show before. Bye, Dan. Is Dan around, James, or he's gone?
He's gone. He went to
He's
eat the rest of the
always around.
chicken.
He's always around.
There you go.
Nope,
That's always around.
I'm guarding my chicken
Yeah.
very, very well.
Thank you so much, Dan, and thank you so much, James, and thank you all for watching Dear Future Grandkids. Remember, if you want to become a magician, it's just hard work involved before anything else. It takes years and years and years to perfect a trick. And if you want to get in touch with James or Dan to perform any magic tricks, you know where to get them. So thank you very much for watching. Take care. We'll see you all the next time on Dear Future Grandkids. It's bye-bye magic.
Thanks all.
Bye.